Welcome to REMelations. We're your hosts. I'm Mindy.
And I'm Brooke.
REMelations is a dream interpretation podcast where we read listeners' dreams. From nightmares to the just plain bizarre, join us as we give our interpretation of your fucked up REM cycle. This week, we're starting with a dream from Samantha that has to do with dead grandmas at a family barbecue and non-verbal monsters.
Oh, okay. We also have some awesome catnaps about fancy eyebrows, being locked in a bakery,
I don't mind,
and a devil dating show. I'm also talking about 8 myths about nocturnal emissions.
Interesting. Oh, and one more thing, Bessie, and we normally don't talk about our chit-chat, but you want to stay tuned because I was recently marked safe from a tornado.
You gotta hear this story.
All right, Bestie, let's get started.
Woo!
1, 2, 3.
Can you, are my levels okay though?
Yeah,
No?
I think so. I think you're
Okay.
good. Yeah.
Hi.
We're back. Hi,
We're
your
back.
face is here.
It's
I see your
here.
face.
I see your face.
beautiful.
It makes me smile.
I missed you.
I know, I was so sad, but I'm so happy to be back with you.
Well, obviously, Brooke's still struggling here. What a
Sorry.
hell of a week. But thanks to our besties who stuck around and listened to our off-air episode. Hope you guys
Yeah.
enjoyed it.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, Brooke is recovering from some sickness, and I had a graduation party this week that was just stressing me out. But it's over
Yeah.
now, so that's good.
Party time.
You just couldn't get the schedules to line up. But
No, not that
we love
way.
you guys.
Yeah, thank you so much for supporting us and sticking with us.
So here's something funny. Before I came down to my podcast studio, also known as the basement, I used the bathroom, and do you ever notice your underwear is inside out a whole day later, and you're like, well, staying that way now.
Have you ever noticed it inside out and backwards?
No. Oh, no, it was not backwards. It was just inside out.
I have not done the backwards because I think you'd feel that. But
That one you might notice.
I have done the inside out many a time. And you're like, what's the point now?
It's dirty on that side. Just keep it on.
Still doing its job.
Well, now that you know my underwear status, shall we get started?
Oh yes, absolutely.
What color? Wait. What color underwear are you wearing today? Or are you not wearing any? Was this a bad question?
I don't have any on.
Even better. I'm so glad I said that. So glad I asked you.
I have pajama pants on, but I don't have.
Makes sense.
I don't always wear underwear under my pajamas.
Neither do I. You could just answer nude.
Oh well, I don't know if my skin can even qualify as nude. It's more like clear.
Like pasty pale.
I'm wearing clear underwear today.
Yes. Well, mine are gray and inside out.
Well, I was just gonna ask.
Anywho, okay. So today's long dream comes from Samantha, and she is from Bellingham, Washington.
Ooh, welcome, Samantha.
Before I read Samantha's dream, though, I do want to give a content warning. Again, you can always check the show notes. They have the timestamps for content warnings. This one has a harm to animals. So if you want to skip this one, we understand. But just join us for the next section.
Come back to us.
So here's how she starts it. I've always had super weird dreams.
Love it already.
1, 2, 3. I think that's 6 U's.
Ooh,
Super.
so you know it's true.
Yep. My most recent was this creepy ass fuck monster thing dream.
Fuck monster. Okay.
Now let's get started. Now, this monster was huge. It looked like a mashup of the eye hand guy from the Labyrinth.
Oh,
I don't know what this is.
Labyrinth is a movie.
Oh, I knew that. But, wait. And It.
Ooh.
Okay. But I know Labyrinth is a movie, but I don't know what this thing is. Okay. I'm going to have to look it up. Hold on a second.
Look it up. But you know it, right?
Oh, I know It. Yes. I think everyone knows It. I don't know if I've ever saw Labyrinth, or if I did, it was many years ago.
Oh, you probably saw it as a kid. Everyone saw it as a kid, and it's just a cult classic now, so.
Oh, shit. That thing's terrifying.
Yeah.
The eye hand thing? Nope.
Yeah.
Don't like it. Don't like him. Nope.
No thanks.
No, thank you. Oh, yeah, that's really creepy, that mashup. Mm-mm.
Not good.
All right, so that sounds creepy as fuck. Okay.
No thanks.
The monster showed up at my parents' house where we were all having a family barbecue. Like, everyone was there. My aunt who lives far away, and even my dead grandma.
Oh, everyone.
That is a fun family reunion.
That is, everyone wants to hang around and party.
Fresh from the grave. Okay. The monster was completely nonverbal, but we all knew exactly what he wanted.
Oh.
He basically threatened to kill us and eat us if we paid him any attention.
Oh. Okay. That's
I wouldn't be paying him attention.
I'd just turn away. Or
Okay.
you know what I would do? Leave the party. Go back to
bye.
heaven. Like,
Go back to Grandma's like, I'm out, going back to see Jesus.
I can skip this one. I'll see you at the fall family reunion.
So she says, so we had to keep all the dogs and kids away and tried all to act normal. Well, now I see it was probably a lot harder with kids and dogs not to notice a monster.
Especially dogs. Well, especially kids. I don't know, but...
Adults can hold their shit together. I think that makes it a little harder.
Why? I thought it was going to want to fuck if it's called a fuck monster. So I'm surprised that
creepy as... I think she meant creepy as fuck monster.
Oh, man. I was like...
Sorry.
I thought this guy really wanted a lot of attention. And then when you told me the opposite, I was confused.
I think there was an extra S added. Okay. All right. Creepy as fuck monster thing. Yeah, that makes more sense.
Okay.
Creepy ass. I don't want a creepy ass fuck monster.
I was like, this monster, I am getting out of this party. I will pay him no attention.
I don't want a monster fucking my ass. Okay. This monster always knew where everyone was. At one point, I tried to go inside the house to leave out the front door. Smart. But he was standing right there when I opened the door.
Well, geez.
Like a full-ass movie jump scare status. He's like, you're not leaving anywhere.
That would make me jump. But then, then she saw him. So did she get in trouble?
Well,
okay.
Plus, he must have done something to the atmosphere because not a single person walked or drove by the house the whole time. Which is odd because my parents live on a very busy street next to a very busy park.
Oh, okay.
It's like he time warped them somewhere.
That's weird. And why?
I don't like it.
I don't like it. This guy, he's suspicious to me. Something's off.
I don't like him.
This fuck ass monster.
This fuck ass monster. Ass fuck monster.
Ass fuck monster.
I'm sorry, Samantha. I just can't read. All right. The monster...
I just can't read.
It's the truth. All right.
Okay. Okay. This is going to be a good episode.
Okay. The monster then decided he wanted to eat dinner with us.
Oh.
But of course, no one wanted to sit by him.
No. Otherwise, you're going to be dinner.
The monster wanted my daughter to sit next to him. For some reason, my daughter was younger in the dream than she is in real life. I said no, but then I could tell that shit was going to get bad if I didn't allow it. So I had to make her sit by the monster.
This guy's a real dick.
And the monster wouldn't let me near her.
I don't like it.
That's so funny because in my notes I wrote, I don't like it. I literally wrote, I don't like it. I don't either. Either of us like this.
Nope. Not a bit.
That has to be a new t-shirt.
I don't like it.
I don't like it.
I don't like it. I think that's a good one, actually.
Let us know, bestie. You want an I don't like it shirt? Hit us up.
Yeah.
Hit us up in our Facebook group. If you haven't been there, you could search for REMelations Besties and join our group. We just had a couple new people join. It's super fun.
Yay, welcome. Bienvenue.
Let us know.
Yes.
Yeah, let us know. Should we do an I don't like it shirt? I mean, I would like the I don't like it shirt, but...
That is true. But let's not get too confusing. I don't like it.
I don't like this monster.
I don't like this monster.
I'm going to text you a picture because it literally says I don't like it. That's so funny. Okay. Next, the monster had us all sit in a circle.
Oh.
My mom and dad were together, but the kids were all separate. Somehow, at this point, the dogs got loose.
Oh, God. Who let the dogs out?
Monster. Monster.
Baha men.
We can't hashtag the Baha Men. There's 3 of them.
And they're dudes. We can't pick them.
The only reason we're saying we can't pick a dude is because we had done like 8 guy hashtags in a row. So we're to find something. It's just not yet. Not yet.
It has to come up organically in conversation.
All right. So someone let the dogs out.
I'm not going to say who.
It was our new puppy in real life and my childhood dog, who has long crossed the Rainbow Bridge.
Yeah.
The dogs ran towards the monster.
No.
Say it again, Brooke.
No, I don't like it.
I don't like it.
I don't like it, Mindy. I'm getting very scared.
My dad said we couldn't do anything about it and hopefully the monster would focus on us and ignore the dogs. I turned to my mom and said, Mom, I am not okay right now. What the fuck is going on? She tried to talk me down a little bit, but to no avail. Like, her parents are like totally chill with it. Like,
just
I'm not... It's a family barbecue. Just everyone fucking get along, okay? It's a family reunion barbecue, and I just don't need any goddamn politic talk, and just don't look at the monster, okay?
Just don't look at the fucking monster, okay? Eat your beans. I don't know why I picked beans.
Because it's a staple. Makes sense.
Eat your beans.
Eat your beans. Then, all of a sudden, the monster was mad that we were ignoring him.
Oh.
And clearly wanted the reaction from someone, so he grabbed the puppy.
No, Mindy, no.
I turned to my dad and said, oh my God, he's gonna kill him. My dad looked me dead in the face and said, yes, he's gonna kill him. And then I woke up sobbing.
I hate it.
Sorry, trigger warning, Brooke.
Not only do I not like it, I hate it.
So we can have 2 t-shirts. One that says I don't like it, and the one that says I hate it.
And it's on the back, so you can reverse it depending on how you feel.
Ooh, I like it. Ooh.
Yeah.
Can we make it like those hyper shirts, like when we were growing up that changed color, the hyper?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those are cool.
Samantha finished this up with saying, I was very unwell about this dream for days, to be honest. My mom knew something was wrong when I saw her the next day, and I lost it even telling her my dream. It still makes me tear up. I'm sorry.
Why are you laughing?
Because it actually says rear up. Which would make sense. No, I'm thinking the fuck ass monster.
Rear up, baby.
Ass fuck monster, sorry.
The ass fuck monster.
I think she meant, it still makes me tear up when I think about it.
Makes me tear up.
Yeah, I didn't like that monster
I don't
at
like
all.
that monster. He was mean.
But he was very wishy-washy.
And he's very narcissistic.
I think so.
He's got borderline personality disorder.
I agree. I would know. There is a lot to get into in this dream, but let me start with this.
No, I'm wondering where you were going to get started, so.
Well, always at the beginning, it's a family barbecue where you go, you have to eat your beans, everyone's having a good time. Dead grandma came even. I mean, that's a long trip.
That is a long trip.
Aunts from out of town.
And a dead dog came too. Must have come with grandma.
Good point.
Yeah,
the grandma just brought him along.
Everyone's
to reverse the Rainbow Bridge.
Yeah.
Like,
send it on back.
Yep. And like any dream that we talked about this many times, is starts out great, starts out as a good time, and then it turns very dark very quickly. Now, this fuck-ass monster couldn't make his damn mind up. Because remember, when he first got there, you had to ignore him.
Yeah, you couldn't look at him.
You couldn't even look at him. And then, at the end of the dream, he grabbed the puppy so everyone would pay attention to him. So, like, what's going on in Samantha's life? What dichotomy is there where is she the one who can't make her mind up about something? Or is she experiencing in her life that something's wishy-washy? I'm not sure.
That's a good point.
Now, at some point, she did try to do what you suggested and leave the fucking barbecue.
Didn't work.
Like, goodbye. She had to go through the house, which I would just probably sneak out the back into the bushes. But
maybe that would have drawn attention.
That's true. See? So she tried to leave, went through the house. But then there was like that eerie silence, like almost like the whole atmosphere changed.
What do you think that was about? I think, what is that? That has to be something specifically to Samantha.
I think it goes back to the confusion, right? Like, it's like a fog. It's like, why is it
good? That's what I'm
not
thinking.
Clear.
It's, I was going to say fog. That's the perfect word, because she's not understanding really any of it, but she's trying to get through it still. And it's like that whole feeling of having things that are still there and things that aren't there anymore. You know, like her grandma and her dog aren't there anymore. And now there's no people and cars on the street anymore. But before there were. So it's like things are just all over the place.
Upside down.
Upside down. And like Mindy's underwear, inside out.
And it's inside out. And Brooks can't be inside out because she's not wearing any.
Oops.
So the two things that this fuck-ass monster goes for is her daughter and her dog. Like, talk about the two things that would break your heart and soul.
That's your maternal instinct right there. Your children, fur babies or human babies. That's your heart and soul. So it's like someone is trying to hurt her where, like, as low as they can go, like where it counts.
Yep. And this fuck-ass monster's doing it.
I'm thinking, you know, maybe there's a toxic relationship of maybe a romantic toxic relationship where it's someone she feels like she should be able to trust, but she just doesn't know, like, which side she's gonna get. Like, is it gonna, and is just confused about maybe the things happening in this relationship. That's just, I guess.
You know, I also wrote something down about that as well. Like, she's almost trying to solve a problem, but nothing's being communicated to her.
Right.
I can't solve a problem I can't understand in the first place.
Exactly. It's like when I watch Jeopardy. I'm like, I don't even understand the question. No, I'm just kidding.
Ooh, Alex, I'll take dream nightmares for 1,000.
Please. Oh, God.
What is fuck-ass monster?
Daily double. Woo! Is
she trying to give too much, or is she trying to solve a problem that she just can't even understand what the problem is? And she just feels in this fog, feels confused. Everything's upside down.
Like, nothing seems to be wrong. Like, it's a family picnic. The only thing that's wrong is this presence. This one presence.
Yes.
Everything else seems to kind of just be going with the flow, but it's still...
Kids, puppies.
It's still
family,
confusing.
Dead grandma.
Beans. It's got everything.
Damn it.
It's got everything. But still, there's a fog. Like, she can't figure out exactly what's wrong and why.
And how to fix it. You can't fix a problem you don't know what... Like, give me your problem statement and I can fix it. But if I can't define what the problem statement is, here's my nerd, I can't fix your problem.
Give me your problem statement.
When I was working in IT and I would be like on client care, and our clients would submit these tickets and they're like, the button doesn't work. I'm like, that's not a problem statement. You need to, what button doesn't work? Like, I need more detail. And that's all that Samantha needs in this dream. She just needs, give me the fucking problem statement.
She needs it. Give me the fucking problem statement. Exactly.
Well, thank you, Samantha, for taking the time to submit your dream. We appreciate it.
It was a good one.
Liked it.
Except for the ending.
Part. Yeah,
Didn't care for that. But you can't help that. That's not your fault.
Can't help it.
Hey, bestie. You know how cool REMelations.com is. You know what's even cooler? If you go to REMelations.com/support, because that's where you find cool-ass merch. New and exciting things will be coming soon.
Like a I don't like it shirt?
Like an I don't like it shirt. And that's going to be a top seller. So get yours while you can.
I'm totally buying one because there's a lot of things I don't like in life in general.
And I'm just going to hold it up. Like when I'm wearing it, I'll be like, don't have to say a word. Point to it.
Don't like it.
I don't like it.
Wear it to your family barbecue and piss off some people of the opposite political party if you want.
Oh my God. Have a real good time. Have a real good time. So check us out and get some really cool merch. You're going to love it.
Brooke, you know what that brings us to is Catnaps.
Catnaps. Yay.
And I think today you are the lucky winner to start.
Oh, I'm honored.
Not like it's a surprise because we usually switch off every week. But hey, we'll pretend it is.
But I
just drew your name out of a hat.
We usually forget, so it is kind of a surprise every week.
Do you want to start?
You go. Let's see here. Well, since we talked about a fuck monster, fuck ass monster, ass fuck monster, kind of a mashup, weird looking face thing. This one kind of has a similar feel to it.
Okay.
This is from Caroline, and she did not say where she's from.
Okay. Let's make one up. Caroline's from...
Liverpool.
There we go.
Across the pond. Well, it's funny because, okay, that makes sense. I had a dream a few years ago where I was swimming in the middle of the sea.
Oh, well, there we
go.
Psychic.
And a big fish swam up to me. This fish had a male human face, long mustache, big nose, bushy eyebrows, looked like a middle-aged man. What? I'm thinking, like, all I see is, like, Eugene Levy. It's like,
oh my God,
on a face. And I'd be like, I talk to that fish.
I would talk to that fish.
This fish said, hi. Introduced himself as Manfish. Clever name.
Well, it makes sense.
Clever name. Mm-hmm. And swam away. And then I woke up. Oh, hi. Nice to meet you, Manfish. Thank you. Very polite, though.
Just it puts out his little, or did he have, I wonder if he had the fin or a hand.
Maybe I picture him with a little top hat for some reason, just in my head. He's fancy.
Well, he's a little fancy. He's a fancy manfish.
He's a fancy manfish. Thanks, Caroline.
Well, it's funny you talk about a manfish because I've got a dream from Sarah.
Oh.
And Sarah's from Port Charlotte, Florida.
All right, Sarah.
She says, this stupid dream made me wake up laughing.
Sounds good.
It's short and sweet.
Love it.
Men had eyebrows over their nipples instead of chest hair.
Is that it? My favorite dream ever.
They would pluck them to make them look nice and would obsess over them like some women do with their eyebrows.
But you see eyebrows every day.
You don't see nip eyebrows every day.
Or nips. I mean, you're not out walking around topless. Guys, look at my nip eyebrows.
Just had them waxed.
Looks good.
She finishes with, I woke myself and my baby up laughing, and it was so dumb. I don't think it's dumb, Sarah. I enjoyed that either. One.
I laughed even before it was over. So
Nip eyebrows.
It was great.
It's the new trend.
I guess.
I mean, men could really, if they had the chest hair, the thick chest hair, just wax it to eyebrows.
Let's see that. Is anyone out there, do we have any hairy-chested besties out there willing to give us go do a double doggy dare for us, double dog dare, and make some nipple eyebrows on your hairy chest? That's a lot to ask. Yeah, we'll send 2 stickers, one for each nip.
So you can walk around with the REMelations logo on each, and then that's how you can get the hair off to start with. Just pull it.
Ooh, ouchie. Oh, that was a good one, Sarah. This is from Leslie, and she's from Bakersfield.
Okay.
I've started taking the bus to my college, and I keep dreaming about buses. I had this dream where I was walking to my bus stop through a mall nearby. I got lost in the mall, along with hundreds of other students. We got locked up in the mall, and everyone was...
Yay!
I know. She's like panicking, but I'm like, isn't that everyone's dream?
Give me... We talked about this before.
We have talked about this many times. Like, that's a dream come true to me, but they're all panicking.
Okay.
Worried about we would all miss our buses. I'm like, people, have fun in the mall. You're missing a great opportunity.
You could get tomorrow's bus. It's fine.
You'll be just fine.
I used to take the bus out to the mall when I was a kid a lot. I mean, we talked about taking the bus system when I was a kid.
Yeah, you did. We were
kids of the 80s. Yeah. I went everywhere. I wanted to go to the pool. I wanted to go to the mall. I went to the fairgrounds. Like, I knew that bus system, the Key line.
You did the Key line.
The Key City line.
Well, and it's also funny because when I lived in Iowa City, when I couldn't drive after my seizures, I had to take the bus, and one of my stops was at a mall.
The mall? Why? Buses always go to the mall.
And so it's like that. I would have loved to have gotten trapped in that mall. I would have missed the bus.
Another one will come by. Just enjoy some shopping for a while.
Exactly. Anyway, no one cared about being locked up. Everyone just wanted to get out to catch their bus. Eventually, I got out, and the bus hit me.
Oh, no.
And then I woke up.
Don't take the bus. No, don't stay shopping. That's what we said the whole time.
We said the whole time, forget about the bus.
go get your pretzel, and then you don't have to worry about getting hit by a bus.
Oh, my God. That's not how it should end, but yeah.
That's not how it should end. I don't like it.
I don't like it, Leslie.
All right. Well, this next one is from one of our newest besties in our Facebook group. This is Nicole.
Hi, Nicole. Yay.
Thanks for the email. First of all, she sent the nicest emails, nicest messages, and we love you, Nicole. Thank you. And Nicole's from Florida. She says, "Hi, my name's Nicole. I just posted in your Facebook group and chatted with you for my first of what will be many emails. I figured I'd right.
I can't wait. I love when people have lots of dreams.
Oh yeah, and I figured I'd start with some catnaps and random childhood dreams.
Perfect.
Most of these were from around the ages of 5 to 10, and I'll try to add a little backstory if I have any. But a lot of these are just very random.
We do like a little backstory.
We do. Nicole must have spent like 3 hours writing this emails because it was like one after another came in, and I can't tell you how much I appreciate it, Nicole.
Thank you so much. I'll have to pull one of those and read one of hers because I'm excited to hear her tone and her voice, our new bestie.
She's hilarious. Okay, here's the first one. I was on a float in a parade at Disneyland.
Fun.
It was the McDonald's float.
Okay.
Which I didn't think they had one in Disney.
I have not been in a long time, but I think Disney just has all their own stuff.
They're pretty on brand with their own stuff. Yeah, like
so
princesses.
Disney's got that locked down.
When I was little, I thought McDonald's and Disney were the best life could get.
Absolutely.
Agreed. When my dad would turn off our car to pump gas, my little sister and I would climb up into the driver's seat and take turns pretending to drive somewhere. Our imaginary destinations are always McDonald's or Disneyland. Were you like an 80s, 90s kid? Because that sounds like something like, he's going to go in and grab a pack of smokes. Yeah. The kids don't, just hop in the front. You can pop into first.
No.
Roll down a hill.
Nope.
You'll be fine.
Nope, not good.
She says, despite the fact that we live in Florida, we were convinced that Disneyland would be much better than Disney World.
Oh.
Kid logic? Anyway, in my dream, the float was made up of a box of giant French fries and a giant chocolate milkshake.
Oh boy, it's getting better.
And they were made of real food.
Oh, winner.
So I sat there eating and drinking tiny bites and sips of this automobile-sized Happy Meal while waving at the crowd as we passed by. Probably one of my favorite dreams ever.
It's a good one.
I would never forget that dream.
Sounds good.
You know what's funny? Because I don't often eat at McDonald's, very rarely.
Yeah.
But tonight, Mark comes home from taking our youngest son somewhere, and he just puts down 2 cheeseburgers for us for dinner. I'm like, oh. That's random. Because that's very not like my husband. He's usually very like clean about his eating, but I was like, it slapped, as the kids say.
It slapped? Oh, no. Is this a new word I have to learn?
Yeah.
Does that mean it's cool?
Good. It's good. Yeah. So I enjoyed my own McDonald's night. Very random.
Sometimes it hits the spot, though, right? That dirty food, sometimes it's just what you need. I love it.
All right. Actually, if you don't mind, I've got one more from her I was going to share as a duo.
Because my voice is getting a little tired, so that's fine.
Number 2 says, another food dream.
Oh.
Most of my happy dreams are about snacking.
Well, adoy.
This time, I was shopping with my mom at a Hostess bakery store when I was really little. Every Sunday after church, my mom and I had stopped at the store in real life to buy our week's worth of bread and snack cakes because they were cheaper than the grocery store.
Did you guys do that? We did that. We went to the Hostess store and got our bread and stuff. Yeah.
My aunt worked there. And so, we'd always stop by and see my aunt and get like the Hostess bread and snack cakes and
they had everything, but
and,
it was cheap.
I always remember that. Same thing. So in my dream, I am there with her and everything's normal. But then suddenly I am alone in the store and the lights are off.
Oh.
I tried to leave, but the door is locked. It's not the worst place to be locked in.
No, it's like a mall. It's full of bread and snacks. Like that's
I love carbs.
Yeah, sign me
fine. Up. Just, was there butter? Because then just bread and butter.
That's all I need, really. I would live off tea and bread for the rest of my life. I'd be just fine.
Just go to prison, Brooke.
My mom always always used to tell me that growing up because I would just like drink water and bread. She's like, you'd be just fine in prison. I'm like, I like a nap. I'll take a cot.
Do I have to commit a murder really, or just, can I just enjoy it? I begin to panic thinking, oh no, they accidentally locked me in and now I'll have to starve to death.
What? Opposite
Kid
day.
logic, I guess. But then I realized I'm in a bakery store. Smiling, I began to dig into a box of donuts, and then I wake up still smelling the fresh baked goods.
That's probably one of the best ways to wake up, isn't it?
These are like two deliciously amazing dreams, and I'm still hungry.
I want to wake up. So Mindy is licking the paper. And if you think I'm kidding, you have to become part of our sleepover squad.
I am.
To find out, because it's all on video here.
Yeah, I just licked the paper. I don't know why. But the smell of fresh bread is like one of the most amazing smells. And it reminds me of childhood because my grandma, growing up directly next to my grade school, like the house next to my grade school was my grandmother's house. And I'd walk there after school and she'd always have fresh bread baking. Yeah. Every day. And I'd walk in and it just not only reminds me of like delicious carbs, but it also reminds me of my grandma and I love it.
And it's like, who doesn't have that special memory from the smell? And we have a big bread factory the city where Mindy and I grew up, and it's right where you come in the city, like right where you get off the bridge, and you smell it every time. And it's like,
you know when they're baking. You know it's bacon day.
Yum, yum, yum.
Thanks, Nicole. Your dreams were delicious.
Delicious. Delish.
Which is crazy because we both just had dreams about being locked in somewhere. Weird.
That's weird. Okay. This is Connor, and it does not say where he's from. But it makes me sad because this dream, he says it was when he was 6. And it's about genocide. And so wherever he's from or whatever he experienced or saw terrible, that he would have to dream about genocide.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm.
Okay. People were put into cages that were then submerged underwater until everyone in them drowned. Then the cage...
I don't even have to say it.
You don't have to say it. I was going to say it. I don't like it. I don't like it. Then the cages were taken out of the water and the bodies were just thrown in a pit on the shore. And then I woke up.
Jesus.
Oh,
At
Connor,
6?
at 6. That's what, like, it's a scary dream in general. It's a disturbing dream in general, but 6. No one
what makes your mind think that it's 6? Like, 6-year-old, I mean, we know, and we've talked about this in the past. Yeah. So many at that age, their first dreams are always horrific.
And vivid.
And it's so vivid and you remember them, but why make your baby dream that?
Yeah, is it like something on the news or something where Connor's from, where it was, something that he grew up with or around? But thank you for sharing. That is terrifying.
Let's flip it on its head, Brooke.
Yes,
Those are all the evil murderers and rapists in the world, and then they drowned them.
I love this dream. This dream just became great.
Best. I like it.
I like it. Thanks, Connor.
Okay, I'm going to give your voice a little rest here.
Thank you.
And I've got a couple of them I'm going to share because I know you're having a tough time today. You're drinking your tea and you're doing the best, and I love you. And
I'm trying.
Okay. This one's also from a Nicole, and she is from Seaside, Oregon. You guys asked for nightmares, and this isn't really a nightmare, and there's not a whole lot of details, but I had a dream that I was competing against a bunch of other girls to marry the devil.
It's the new season of The Bachelor.
Ooh.
It's just got devil horns on it.
It's like a beauty competition or it's like any reality show. Yeah. I don't like it again. If you're going to compete for someone's love, why the devil?
A lot of people love the devil, Mindy.
It's true. But it says, in order to pass, in quotes, you had to be put into a trance-like state and do a written test.
You had to do a written test in a trance.
It sounds difficult, and no thank you.
Oh, man.
I'm not a good test taker.
No one is in these circumstances.
If you could be broken out of the trance by being distracted, like being tickled, you also failed.
This is tough.
And I failed. And when I begged for a second chance, I finally got it, and I won. I married the devil.
Oh, congrats.
By the way, he looked like a handsome guy, like in Meet Joe Black.
Ooh, yes.
That's hot, though, because Brad Pitt. Yeah. Again, I'm still waiting on your hashtag, Brad.
Yeah,
Bradley
we're waiting.
baby.
Waiting patiently.
Come on.
But we'll keep waiting.
Well, I'll wait forever.
Yes.
And ever. Just like her marriage to the devil lasted, I'm sure, forever and ever. She finishes up with, but the devil could only come up from hell once every 5 or 10 years to visit me. So I didn't get to see him much.
Well, I just figured she'd move down to his place.
Right? Like, someone's got to sell the condo.
Someone's got to sell the condo and move in with the other. I feel like he'd have more clout down there.
Right? Right. He's kind of the Prince of Darkness.
I mean, it's a little hot, but if you can handle the dry heat, I think you'd be just fine.
She's like, no, but got a lot of equity in this place.
Yeah,
can't sell it. The market's bad.
It's got 2 bathrooms.
And great on-street parking.
Right.
Thanks, Nicole, for sharing.
And congratulations on your nuptials.
Yes. Tell us where we should send the gift. What would he possibly want? For a man who has everything?
More like, how much does it cost to send it down there?
Well, you only have to sell your soul.
No thanks.
No thanks.
Not for sale.
All right, I've got one more to wrap us up tonight.
Okay.
Spare your voice a little.
Thank you.
Okay. This one's a little bit longer, but I think it's pretty good.
Okay.
This one's from Soren from Utica, New York. I love the name Soren, by the way.
I do too.
So different.
It's
love
like
it.
Also like Sauron from Lord of the Rings.
I will start by saying I very, very rarely watch TVs or movies or pay attention to pop culture stuff. So this is odd for me.
What do you do?
It's like, I can't even compute.
I don't understand.
Maybe they like reading Books, Brooke. I couldn't say that. Books, Brooke.
I get it, but that's it?
Maybe Sudoku.
Oh, okay.
Or crosswords.
Okay, I love
Wordle. Big Wordle fan.
Oh, got it.
I'm not sure. Soren. I mean, we're still cool in my book.
I still like Sauron, but I just, like you said, does not compute.
So it was very odd to me to have celebrities in my dream, but apparently I'm very afraid of Will Ferrell.
Oh, no. How is that possible?
I know. He's like America's best friend.
Right, exactly.
Because I had a dream I went to a dinner party. And for some reason, I brought my small children and not my boyfriend.
Oh, smart.
Okay. Right.
That's what you want to. That's what you want to do when you're having, a nice, relaxed night at a dinner party.
Yeah, with Will Ferrell there. Like,
worry about your kids.
The dinner party was on the top floor of some business building at one of those big meeting tables.
Nice.
It doesn't sound that fancy anymore, but okay.
It's intimate.
Like, who ordered the Chipotle bowl? They passed it out.
No peppers.
Damn it. It was very awkward, and Will Ferrell kept giving me creepy vibes the whole dinner. He kept saying weird things, and it was just too much, and so I wanted to leave with my kids.
It was too much.
He followed me to the elevator.
Oh, no.
I mean,
I'm trying to picture this, but I can't picture him doing any of this.
No, because I picture him in his, elf costume. Right. And it's like, it's that scary.
Right. It's not.
But sidebar. So Mark's never seen the movie Step Brothers, which was one of my all-time favorite Will Ferrell movies, of course.
It's great.
And so I go, we are watching this. This is yesterday. I'm like, we are watching it today. And so we rented it and watched it, Step Brothers. I'm like, he's like cracking up. I'm like, how have you not seen this movie yet? It's one of my favorites.
This is weird because I love John C. Reilly as an actor.
Oh, of course.
And dramatic and comedic. But Brett stopped over after work on Saturday, and for whatever reason, he just put on Talladega Nights.
Yep.
And so it's funny. It's another Will Ferrell.
Both of them. Amazing. But we are on hold because we cannot hashtag a mail today. Okay, here we go. Will Ferrell smiled this sinister smile the whole ride down while I stood protectively in front of my kids.
Yeah.
Opposite side of the elevator than him. I mean, I guess if he wasn't like a well-known celebrity, yeah, he has kind of that a unique face that I might feel like I want to stand in front of my kids and like just if he's just staring at you.
I feel like anybody that's just staring at you is going to be a little off-putting.
Just a little.
Especially with a creepy smile staring at you and your kids. Yeah.
No
one's face is going to look right.
I was trying to call my boyfriend, but my phone wouldn't work in the elevator.
Shit.
Another phone doesn't work. And I felt like he was smiling because he knew my phone wouldn't work.
Oh.
Well, why are you being such a dick?
Stop. You're freaking her out.
When we got to the bottom, he's one of those actors that will play a role through 1,000%.
Oh, I've heard he's like impossible to break. Like he's one of the hardest to break.
I can imagine.
I know. So he would be committed to this. I can see
Committed to creeping you out.
Yes.
When we got to the bottom floor, the doors opened to a lobby and there was an automatic glass door. Outside, a car was already waiting. He seemed giddy.
Oh.
He knew I was trapped, and he was certainly going to take me somewhere and eat me with my kids.
Of course. She figured it out.
He's a cannibal. This whole time, he had America fooled.
He had me fooled. I feel like such an idiot.
We didn't know of his cannibalistic
we didn't
ways,
know.
I guess.
God damn it. My heart is broken.
My heart is broken too. Prestige worldwide. From Step Brothers. Soren wraps this up with, I felt so much dread and panic, and then I woke up.
Oh.
It's funny because they're not a fan of Will Ferrell, or like that's not a fan, just unaware of pop culture.
And why would they picture him as such an evil presence when it's like,
why him?
Why him? What? That is funny.
Well, thanks for sharing.
Yeah, thank you.
And I don't think he's really a cannibal in real life.
I don't think
it's a dream.
so.
Don't sue us.
It's just a dream. It's just a dream. Well, we know. We love you. Well, I know we were off air last week, but, everyone, I think, had a blast with our previous episode, our Naughty 90 episode.
I know I did. I'm still hot and bothered.
I'm still a little hot and bothered. And so I thought, hey, no pun intended, let's finish that episode. So I read a really fascinating article from medicalnewstoday.com that I'd like to share some interesting myths about wet dreams.
Please.
Okay. So we've all heard of them, but what exactly are wet dreams?
Oh, you're coming in hot. That is still hot and wet.
Diving right in.
But it is a nocturnal emission that must be discussed.
Well, wet dreams, Mindy, are also known as nocturnal emissions.
Somehow I knew that in the back of my mind, I guess. I don't know
why, but I'm happy we can.
Take me back to like 5th grade sex ed class.
I've never heard nocturnal emissions.
I don't know. Maybe it's just weird.
I don't think we had a very good sex ed in Catholic school.
No.
It was
so
like
good.
you read little pamphlets that didn't say anything really.
Nope. And then just don't have sex, I think is all they said. Just 2 pages.
Yep.
Don't. The other page says have sex.
And then everyone got confused and lost the page that said don't.
And that's
where the problem came in. Okay, nocturnal emissions. They're normal, Mindy. They're perfectly normal. Although many people experience the most during puberty, they happen all during your life. Mm-hmm. It's basically just a natural release of your sexual tension and desires. I mean, Mindy, I know you're always trying to make the most of your day and get the most out of it.
Hour.
So you always want something to do while you sleep. So maybe you can try to relieve some tension in your sleep and start the day.
I should. It's all I should be doing this week.
I wish you the best of luck.
Now, here's a question.
Yes.
For those who identify female and male, is it like the same term?
It's just a nocturnal emission or wet dream because it's the same thing that happens at the end of happy sex time.
Have sex.
Have sex.
Have sex time.
Have sex time. But there's a lot of misinformation about wet dreams. So I thought we'd go through some of the myths of nocturnal emissions.
Ooh, hey, I like a good listicle. I'm ready.
I know you like a listicle.
Suck
Okay.
me in.
Oh, we really are still in the naughty 90s.
Can't help it.
Okay. Myth number 1. Wet dreams reduce your sperm count.
Oh.
I've never heard that.
I don't know if I've ever heard that.
But I guess it's a pretty common one, but it is a myth. It does not reduce a man's sperm count. It's basically
There's plenty of little swimmers in there. Don't worry, boys.
And that's what they say. It's basically, you know how when women get older and you release more eggs, you know, because it's like a going out of business sale, like I like to say. The testicles.
I've never heard that either.
Well, you know, they're like, okay, why you have multiples, you know, when you're older sometimes.
Okay.
More eggs are released. But it's just a way for your testicles also to remove the older sperm and keep
I'm
that
laughing
healthy.
like I'm still in 5th grade.
Well, wait till I talk about farts.
Oh.
No, I'm just kidding.
Okay.
I don't have any farts.
Also a nocturnal emission.
Also, I have those nocturnal emissions quite frequently. Okay. How about myth number 2?
Let's move on. I'm
already-
sure it's equally as
Well,
hard.
we've already kind of talked about this. Women can't have wet dreams. Total myth. You know, it's mostly associated with men and boys, again, especially around puberty. But a female wet dream is a result of an orgasm, like I said. And it's just additional vaginal secretions from arousal.
I love the way you said that. I mean, everyone has those kind of dreams that get you a little hot and bothered. It makes sense.
Yeah. I mean, and it does say that although men tend to be more prone to them because they get erections during the night, but everyone can have them.
Or early morning hours.
Early morning. Yes.
Yeah, like I don't need to do that if I'm 5. I'm still sleeping.
I want to sleep until the alarm goes off, please. I don't want to wake up. Not that alarm. Different alarm.
Not to an erection alarm.
I don't like the erection alarm.
Wait.
Yeah, what's the snooze?
Can you hit snooze on the erection alarm, or is it
Beep. It gives me maybe 10 minutes.
you tap the balls like ding? Off.
Go. I don't know. How would you hit the snooze on that? I don't know. That's a tough one.
A little tickle.
Little tickle and a pinch.
I don't think that. I think a pinch. A pinch would probably turn it off.
There we go. I'm
Yes,
turning
I
it
think
off.
Ding ding.
Ding
We found
ding.
it.
Winner.
We figured it out.
Oh my God. And here's another one that I had never heard. Wet dreams reduce a person's immunity. Some people believe that they can cause a person to have lower immunity to things just like colds or general infections. No basis. There's no facts in this.
Okay.
However, like we just said, they can help reduce excess sperm in the testicles, which is a healthy function for a male's reproductive system.
Got it.
Okay. Kind of related, wet dreams are a sign of illness. So it is a myth also that wet dreams are a result of an underlying illness. So not like a cold or anything, but maybe something more serious, a medical condition.
I feel like this was like the turn of the century, like stupid science. Like, oh, don't tell anyone you had a wet dream. You must be dying.
Right.
Or
a
you
witch.
will not be immune to, or a witch. Damn those witch dreams.
Witch dreams.
Witch dreams.
Which wet dreams?
I'm not even playing on that.
Nope.
I can't.
Moving on. Wet dreams are actually a sign of a healthy sexual functioning, so not related to any underlying illnesses. Masturbation cannot prevent wet dreams. That's another myth.
So like before you go to bed, you just take care of things, then so you don't have to worry about it?
Nope, doesn't work. It may reduce the number of wet dreams a person experiences. It does not guarantee a person will never experience them.
Okay.
So
Makes sense.
there's not really much evidence linking masturbation and wet dreams, but hey, Mindy, here's another idea. Experiment. See if it helps your situation.
Sometimes it can help you sleep if you have a little fun before bed.
Yeah, or sometimes it might just make you more awake like me, and I get angry.
Some people too. And you get angry, what?
Well, because then I can't fall asleep. And he's like... And I'm like,
mostly, guys can just roll over and be done.
Yeah. But yeah, I would say, try that masturbating before bed. See what happens.
Self-love.
Self-love. It's important, people. Oh, this one.
Okay. Ooh.
This is probably every male would be happy to hear this. Wet dreams will shrink a penis. Myth. It's a myth.
Finally, I was so worried about that.
I was wondering why all of these penises were shrinking. It's from wet dreams. Just kidding.
Just a centimeter at a time, or?
That seems pretty aggressive. If you're having a couple wet dreams per night,
it's like
there'd be nothing there.
It's like when they say, you know, the myth when you grow up that if you masturbate, you'll go blind. So it's like kind of that same idea. If you have a wet dream, your penis will shrink. I've never heard of that.
I've never heard it, but I'm glad it's not true for everyone. For everyone.
Exactly.
So obviously there are no illnesses, conditions, or natural occurrences that will cause the penis to shrink, especially not from wet dreams. Wet dreams are always erotic dreams.
Oh, okay.
False.
I would think that would be true. Okay.
I would think so,
something.
Too. I know, because it's like, yeah, like you said, you get a little hot and bothered in your dreams, but sometimes it's not always the case. It could just be aroused, maybe due to that morning alarm clock that we talked about, and you're still sleeping and you don't really realize what's happening.
It could be, you know, that monster chasing you like we talked about earlier. Ooh, that's hot.
Yeah, you know, you like the adrenaline. It could just be from simple stimulation or friction on your bedding, or it's serious.
Talk to me more about this, bro.
Okay.
This is, go ahead. No.
I think it'd be good. Well, here's one. You're a stomach sleeper, right?
Mm-hmm.
Sleeping on the stomach may induce a wet dream. False. It's okay. It's a myth. They're all.
You keep scaring me when you say false. But I know it's coming. They're all false.
I know they're all myths, but you still look scared every time.
I do.
I love it. So a study suggests that sleeping on the stomach makes it more likely the person will experience a sexual dream. But there's very limited evidence. However, more studies obviously need to determine if any sleep position plays a role in whether a person experiences wet dreams. But I don't know.
I feel a challenge. I know we're not scientists, Brooke.
I feel a challenge.
I think maybe we should make our own sleep center, and we're going to have to test this out.
I think so. And you know what? I understand why you might say, like, sleeping on your stomach, because
if you're thinking friction again.
Friction.
Back to the friction.
Yeah, there's friction I get it. But it is false, at least not yet. But I think it's interesting to see if any other positions might make a more happy ending. That's all I got. Those were some fun myths for you people. Hope you learned something new today.
Well, I learned something new.
And we have some new ideas, too.
That as well. Well, thank you for sharing, Brooke. There's always something fun we can learn from you. Well, and it's always... It always surprises me what you come up with, and I always love your topics. So thank you for sharing.
Thank you for having me.
Well, now we know. Now we know. Wet dream myths.
Yep, now we know. Mindy, something amazing, something horrific, something unbelievable happened to you. Do you want to tell us about it?
I do. And it's funny because it happened a few weeks ago, and it happened right before our Naughty 90 episode. Mm-hmm. I just felt it wasn't like the right episode to drop it on. And then last week we were off air. So this is a story about how my house was missed by a tornado by like a couple hundred feet. Like 100?
Yeah.
A couple hundred?
Maybe.
Very, very close.
Too close for comfort, some might say.
Too close for comfort. So, and here's the crazy thing. You and I were texting earlier in the day.
Yeah.
I think... I don't know if it was anything specific. I think we were talking to our friends from our Marked Safe podcast.
Oh, that's right. We were
talking to Brianna and Melanie. We were in a group chat, and I think we were just talking about the shows or something. Mm-hmm. And ironically, I was marked safe later that day from a tornado. Yes. And so here's the story. I was out running some errands, and this is like in the evening. I would say it's 5:30 or so. Mm-hmm. And Mark and I love this butcher. I think I've talked about him before. One of our listeners works
Yay.
there, but we love Butcher on the Block in Algonquin, Illinois. Free shout out because everything's amazing there. Anyhow, so we go. Mark has a taste for steak, and so I'm like, I'll go to the butcher because I'm not gonna get the cheap grocery store steaks.
No.
I'll go up to the butcher. I'll make this whole drive. Now I knew at this point, like, we're under a tornado watch, which happens
normal
a few times a month here,
Yeah.
right? Conditions are okay for a tornado, but doesn't mean anything's going to necessarily happen. Mark decided to take our youngest son out to play baseball for a while. So they, were a few miles away just playing catch. And I'm driving home. I stop by another store to pick up the rest of the stuff. And as I pull into our driveway, my phone starts giving that. Yeah, exactly. Insert sound here, like that awful, like, warning sound. And I look down and it says tornado warning. And I'm like, well, it's sunny. So, okay.
But what timing when you pull into your driveway?
Yes,
I mean, what
right
timing?
when I pull in. This was about and just to give an idea, it's about 6:30.
Mm-hmm.
And so sun's still out. I'm like, okay, I'm taking my groceries. I'm like, this is whatever. Get my groceries inside. And I, of course, like any good Midwesterner, I stand on my front porch and I'm like looking at the sky, like, why is the tornado storm going on?
Why do we do that? Why do we do that?
Because honestly, 99% of the time, there's not a tornado coming towards your house.
True.
And so I all of a sudden hear this sound, which, people explain as a train. And it's just like a sound I can't even put into words. It was such a weird sound. It just, something was off. Like something just was not right. Loud and just weird. It was still sunny. I was just so confused. Like, it shouldn't be sunny and tornado warnings and weird sounds. It was surreal. And so the best part is we have our like door cameras, like our security cameras, and I had just changed the batteries. Yay. But then I also was like, these things are too sensitive because they keep like chewing through these batteries so quickly. So I changed like the amount of duration of the timer records, and I turned down like the sensitivity of it.
Yeah,
I'm like,
these batteries need to last
nothing
longer.
ever happens in our neighborhood. Exactly. Batteries are expensive, man. So I have this door cam footage, and I'll put this on our Facebook group. So if you want to see my reaction, you can see it in a bunch of photos.
Oh, you want to see this.
You see me kind of like looking and then like getting kind of freaked out really quickly. And I walk towards the door and I kind of look behind myself one more time. Like, am I hearing what I think I'm hearing? And then I say like, let's Kingston, we're going in the basement.
You hear it. You hear it. You hear it all. Like, and you see, that's a perfect description of what happens. Like, you like looking and then kind of like, maybe I should go in, and then like looking and then like, definitely need to go in.
Something's not right here. And it was the sound. It was more the sound than anything. And as soon as I get inside the house, like it records for a little bit longer, and you can just start to see it get really bad. And then, of course, it turns off.
Then
like,
it turns
God
off.
damn it. Of course. Of course.
God damn it, Mindy. It could have been so good.
When the tornado siren went off as a warning, I texted Mark. I said, where are you? And he goes, I'm driving to our house. And it's only a couple miles. It's not far. And so as soon as I ran to the basement, I get down here, and we have like a lookout basement. So I'm standing at the window, and I'm looking outside in our backyard, and I start seeing shit flying in the air. And I'm like, oh my God, there shouldn't be branches flying in the air. Like, this
There
is not
should
good.
not. There should not.
And so I call Mark immediately, and I'm like, where are you? There's shit flying in the air. And he's like, well, I'm almost there. Like, I'm like, well, go to the fire station, because we have a fire station that's pretty close to our house. I said, well, go somewhere that's safe, because I don't know what's going on, and it's freaking the hell out of me.
Yeah. You don't know how close it is, where it is. You just know shit's happening.
Shit's flying. Shit's flying, and there's a weird sound, and it's sunny, and I'm confused.
It's sunny, and I'm confused.
And so he's like, there's a tree down. I'm just driving over it. Like, I don't care if it scratches my car. I'm driving. And oh my God. I'm like, I'm almost there. And I'm like freaking out. And then it was no sooner than it started than it stopped. It seemed to be very quick. And then Mark's like, I'm pulling in the driveway. So I go upstairs to get him, or to see what's going on. He's like, yeah, there's people outside their houses already. Like, whatever was here, it had already passed. And just like that, it had ironically passed between where Mark's car was and where our house is. I
don't know how that is. That's crazy. You have to look. Mindy drew a map. Mindy drew a map to show. Yeah. I mean, again, the timing of both of you getting home safely. And just like, I can't. I've heard this story and I still don't have words.
We later found out, according to the National Weather Service, it was an F1 tornado that came through our neighborhood. Huh. Our backyard backs up to a parkway, so like a busier road. And across that parkway is a retirement community. So it's all like 55 plus type community. It's gated. The craziest thing is as soon as Mark got home, and we put away the groceries, of course, first, because there's perishables. And then
you got to think about the perishables.
You can't just leave the butter on the counter.
You are a perishable as well. So maybe you have to take care of yourself too.
Well, I did. I went in the basement. They were on the counter while I went in the basement.
Okay.
But after we kind of put the groceries away, you do the whole like thing. You walk out your house and you're like, everyone's outside their house. We were hearing fire trucks, ambulances. There's a whole traffic jam behind our house, like between us and the retirement community. And so we walk out our backyard, and that's when we realize they're missing their roofs of their homes. There had to have been at least, I think from what we heard, 8 were inhabitable.
8?
8 houses, yeah. And then there was a bunch that had like damage, but yeah, directly across
was
our
everyone
backyard.
Okay?
Everyone was fine.
Okay, good.
Thank God. Everyone, there was no major injuries or anything like that. I mean, it was just like peeled off roofs and siding. And our yard had a bunch of big branches in it. It had pieces of people's roofs in our yard. Insulation. It was really surreal.
Oh my God. People were donating stuff to you.
Yeah, thanks. I didn't need an extra piece of gutter, but now I got one.
You might need it someday.
Maybe. So yeah, it was just crazy. And the next day, like the emergency services came to our house, make sure there was like no damage. But I think the National Weather Service said there was like 3 or 4 confirmed tornadoes, maybe up to 7, like in the Chicagoland area that day.
Wow.
The one that passed our house was EF1, which would have been winds over 100 miles an hour. Not super huge. I mean, thankfully, no one got hurt.
Yeah.
All small damage compared to what could happen.
Right.
But here's the crazy thing. There's this picture that I found on Facebook. I love Facebook groups because everyone, of course, is like now like, what happened to your house? What happened to our... And it's like a neighborhood chat, right? And so
I don't know this
picture.
part. Do I know?
Did I tell you this? I thought I told you this part. Okay. So there's this picture of Mark's car coming down our street, and you can see behind his car a tornado. So there was one behind his car, and then the one that just passed in front of his car.
What?
And then, yeah, it's a crazy picture. I will post it in our Facebook group. You have to get over there and see it.
Wow.
But we're 90% sure. We're pretty sure that's his car because it just like it was
timing
blurry, but
of it,
the timing and then like the color, and we could just kind of tell. But then we realized Mark has a dash cam on his car, so we're like, let's pull the dash cam. Now, unfortunately, again, bad luck. The back camera was disconnected, but the front dash cam was. You can see him driving home, and you can see shit start to fly in the air, and then you can see him turn, and then the car that took a picture of his car, you can see that car. So we know for sure now that was his car.
Wow, that's some detective work.
I know. I was like, yay, true crime.
How did he drive between 2 tornadoes?
I don't know. I am so happy. Like, everyone was safe, but and the kids weren't home, and so it was one of those things that. You know what? Here's the funny thing. When I was in high school, the movie Twister came out.
Oh,
and I'm a huge fan of Twister. I mean, like, everyone in that movie. Like, Bill Paxton, like, classic. Helen Hunt, like, Babe.
Hello, Mindy. Hashtag.
Oh, yes, yeah.
What does Helen Hunt dream?
I wanted to be Helen. I wanted to be Joe from that movie.
I remember this.
I loved that movie. And so I went to school for meteorology for a couple of years. College. Math was hard. Didn't continue that. I think it's hard for people with dyslexia too, probably even harder.
Yeah, that's tricky, Mindy.
Yeah, it's tricky. Numbers and me do not get along. And now it makes a lot more sense why they don't get along. But no, that movie inspired me. I wanted to grow up to be a tornado chaser. Mm-hmm. And so I never thought my 16-year-old self that a tornado would actually come to me.
It did.
Instead of me having to chase one.
Well, that was nice of it. I mean, it was a little late, but at least
I was a little more scared.
Yeah.
Didn't need to be that
safe.
close.
You're safe.
But I mean, it doesn't happen like, I mean, it kind of happens like the movies, but I'm glad it
so
doesn't really
good.
happen like the movie. That is the best. Do you hear they're doing a remake?
No.
I know you're not a big fan of remakes. I'm not sure if it's out yet or it's coming out. I've heard it's coming out. But
Well, like, there's 2 dead cast members from the first one.
you can't remake that magic.
No.
You're talking about
Bill Paxton
the dude-
and Philip Seymour Hoffman.
Philip Seymour Hoffman. Yeah,
It was Dusty? Dusty or
Yeah,
what?
Dusty.
Yeah, he was the best. I thought he was the cool, like, man, let's do
He was
it.
a total stoner scientist.
Yeah, but cool.
Yeah. But I mean, you can't recreate that magic. I mean, that was like a movie. I mean, but Helen,
Yes, please let
we'd
us
love to know.
Yes.
And if you want to come visit my house to take a look at the damage, there's still blue tarps on the neighbor's house.
I hate
across
to
the street.
tell you this, but she's not Joe.
I know that, but maybe she would appreciate for the role she played.
I'm sure no one has ever asked her for her expertise on tornadoes. And I'm sure
right?
it does not drive her crazy at all.
No. But she has played so many
yes.
amazing roles.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, but that was my crush. If I had a girl crush, that would be my girl crush.
Yeah.
At 16. Yeah.
I remember those days.
Yeah. So I'm just glad that,
Mindy,
our house is okay.
Thank God. And thank you for sharing the story. I mean, I've heard it twice now and I'm still like, it's always
They had
scary.
the American Red Cross over there. Like they had like these big spotlights set up for days to like, blue tarp and
Could you
board up
imagine just how much you're saying, right? And this is an F1.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
Doesn't it like blow your mind what like an F5 would, even an F3?
No.
I mean,
It is insane.
yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Well,
Insurance takes so long. And so like they're still have their homes are not,
they're not in
they
them.
cannot be occupied because insurance things suck and you just feel bad because.
And they're elderly too.
Yeah, exactly. Even our mayor of our town had to go to the community and be like, there's a lot of scammers.
Yes.
Because we don't want them taking advantage of you guys because especially of, being a retirement community. They were worried about people just coming in and trying to scam them.
And that's such a huge target audience for scammers. It's very sad.
Yeah. Yeah, it was crazy. I mean, I look out my backyard and there's like a news truck, like the local news trucks like set up across the street from my house. I'm like, hey, I'm watching you on the TV and I see you live across the street. Didn't ever expect this to happen. Crazy.
Well, hopefully that's the last time for you.
I'm fine. I experienced it once. It's all I need.
You checked it off the list.
Checked off my bucket list.
Oh,
yeah. Wow. What a busy couple weeks it's been.
Busy couple weeks indeed.
And I hope you feel better. Keep
Thank
drinking
you.
your tea, darling.
I will have some more tea. I need some more tea. It's gone.
Take honey, tea, rest your voice.
I know. I got to fly on Thursday. Despite how I sound, I am starting to feel a little better, but I'm very excited this weekend. My cousin Kathy is getting married in Arizona, so I'll be heading down there for a few days, and it'll be great to see them because I don't see that side of the family very often, and it'll be a good time.
Well, I hope you have a fun trip.
Thank
I hope
you.
you have a safe flight. Stay
Yes.
away from the sun
Will do.
if you can.
No,
very
again, it's an
hot there
outdoor
right
wedding.
now. In Arizona, like now, isn't it like 1,000 degrees?
It's just as hot here, honestly, with the humidity.
Try not to melt
Thank you.
and don't get sunburned.
Okay, I can't.
Hey, Bestie, do us one favor. If you enjoyed today's podcast episode, tell your friend about the show. It's how we grow. It's how we keep producing episodes. We're up to 92.
Woo!
We're still planning something fun for 100. We're going to figure it out before then. But do us this favor and tell your friend about the show. You can tell your bestie. You can tell your dead grandma that came to the barbecue, which is very nice.
It is.
Very nice for to make
Long
that
way
trip.
to travel.
Tell your favorite manfish, handsome manfish.
Handsome.
Tell that dude with the eyebrows over his nipple. I don't know. Does anyone have eyebrows? If you ever come across someone with eyebrows over their nipples, tell them. And tell those devil husbands about the show.
Yeah.
That can be taken multiple ways.
Yeah, you'll just have to stick around to find out.
that's how we keep coming back every week. And that's how we're going to hit 100 very soon. So, Bestie, thanks for joining us as always.
Yes, thank you. Samantha, thank you so much. Your dream was a lot of fun and a little
scary.
A little scary, but we appreciate you sharing and everyone who shared today, Catnap. So it was a great fun episode. Thank you.
Yes, thank you. So stay safe. Watch out for tornadoes. And until next week,
sweet dreams, bitches. I'm out.
You're out. Good job.